Hey, it's Justin from Beyond Your Front Door. Off for a bit of an adventure this week. Tonight, we're van lifing in Vancouver. Tomorrow, and for the rest of the weekend, I'll be trying to find a lake with a campsite that I've never been before, but I saw on a map. Got 3 different choices. Hopefully one of them will work out. And I'm hoping if all goes really well, I'll be able to go to the Catskill that's a few hundred kilometers that direction and find out just how much this rig really weighs. Come along with me. To Burton Creek Rest Area, which is just off the Coco Highway. Been driving for a couple of hours. Ready for a little potty break, and more importantly, this is the best chai tea and some of the best samosas that I know of. They're only open from 10 till 6. Luckily, I got here just before they closed. I'm gonna go see if I can get a little bit of a snack. This chai is as good as I remember. Just fantastic. 2-for-1 deal because I got here just before closing on the samosas veggie. So I'm gonna go sit and have those just in the truck, and I'll get back on the road in just a couple of minutes. But cheers. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Those samosas were excellent. Came with a sauce, tamarind, I think. A little bit of spice to them, a little bit of heat. They were absolutely delicious. I'm stuffed now, so that might be an early dinner for me. It was just going to be a snack, but that was really, really good. I'm hitting the road again. Next stop, if all goes well, will be the Catskill to weigh this beast. Wish me luck. So I just went through the Catskills at the Flying J in Hope, British Columbia. I have the results. $23 for running it through. Surprisingly painless. The results though, they're interesting. I've got the flyer with the printout. I'll show you that a little bit later. Once we get set up for the day. I want to get into town and get set up. She's heavy though, I'll tell you that. Welcome to the sounds of the city. Planes overhead, semi-trucks around. I stayed here in this parking lot last night. It's actually not too bad. It quieted down probably around 10 o'clock, which was not long after I got here actually. Backs onto the water. I'm not going to show you too much of where I am. Largely for the fact that this is a van life community spot, and one of the local van lifers was kind enough to share it with me, and I really don't want to burn that spot at all. Great night's sleep. Getting up, gotta go to work. Shirt. Ugh. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go make some breakfast. Came out, it's actually a lovely morning, it's nice and brisk, but not bad for, well, sleeping in the city. Didn't get any problems, no knocks at the window, no rowdy people. Kind of an industrial park. Worked out really well. campsite that I had planned for tonight is up this road and up here. I don't think that's going to happen. I went the side trail. That's just a dead end, so I don't think I'm going up to that lake tonight. Let's see where else we can go. I finally made it to a spot. Bit of a challenge. The road that I wanted to take had been washed out, so I had to find another fairly rough way, but I'm here. Just got set up. Not the perfect pitch. I'm still a little crooked, but it'll do. It's 9:15. I left work at about 4:15 today, so it's taking me about 5 hours to get out here to find the place and maybe 10 minutes to set up. So I'm starving. I'm gonna go have something simple, I think, just for dinner. We've got a view of the lake. There's a couple of spots right down on the lake, but this camper would not do well there. So I set up sort of at the top. I'll show you around tomorrow. Tonight, it's so late, I just want to eat. I'm having a cheeky beer and just gonna relax for a little bit. That drive was long. It took me about over 2 hours to get out of the traffic of the Vancouver area. Been a while since I've been back there in that time of day. Wow, it's brutal. Anyway, cheers. I will see you all in the morning when I'll show you around a little bit more. Wow, bugs are brutal. Good morning from the lakeside. This is the view I woke up to this morning. Had to come down here, check it out with my cup of coffee. Apart from the bugs, which are biting me and distracting me, it's actually really beautiful and nice and quiet. This is a little 3-site campsite that I found. It's a provincial recreational park. There are tables and campfires. 2 of the sites are pretty inaccessible. They're not level and they have trees overhanging. Even the 3rd, which is by the road the furthest away, I had to unhook the camper this morning and raise the jacks to get it level. It was fine for last night, but I'm spending the weekend here and I don't want to be cooking on an angle. So that is all good, set up. I do have to work today. Starling's a bit of a challenge. There's lots of trees around the campsite, but we'll make it work. See, another bug. Ouch. Anyway, I'm gonna go have some breakfast, do some work, and then hopefully this evening we can have a little campfire. There's a little campfire there. There's no bands on at the moment. We're still pretty good. Driving in though, drove through a lot of wildfire damage, so always makes you think just a little bit more about being careful with campfires. I want to show you my setup here, just so you kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. This is a new setup for me. I have a all powers battery bank inside the camper. That is powering my laptop and also my Starlink. And what I've just recently bought, it was on sale, is this 200-watt solar power that backs up that independent battery. I don't want to run the risk of running out of my batteries in the camper, and Starlink uses a lot of juice, so I've got an independent system just for when I'm camping and working, which hopefully isn't too often, but you know, occasionally it does happen. Starlink itself, well, there's lots of trees. I'm not sure if you can see it. I had to put that up on the roof so I got some sort of signal. It's a little iffy. There's a couple of big trees above it, but seems to be working well enough that I can communicate with the office and do some work today. So this theoretically should be able to keep me out here as long as my tanks go, if the weather's good. It's a little gray today, as you can see behind me. This is facing south, so hopefully there's enough to keep me in juice all day long. Just the battery pack on its own, I've got more than enough juice for one day, but I like to be able to keep going longer. And yes, bugs. Every time there's more of them. This is brutal for bugs up here. So the other day, I took my truck with the camper through a cat scale. Now the nearest cat scale is 200 some odd miles from me, so it's the first time that I've actually been able to do that. Background, the truck was fully loaded for me going camping for the week. I had about 5/8 of a tank of diesel. DEF had been filled up before I left. I had a full freshwater tank, which is 60 gallons, and I'd recently dumped black and gray water. So that kind of gives you an idea. Oh, propane. I had one tank at 100%, one at 62%. Just to give you an idea of kind of what that would look like on a regular basis. My truck is a 2016 Ford F350 dually rated at 14,000 gross vehicle weight. So what did the whole thing come in at? I'm sure you're curious as I am. 14,480. So about 480 pounds overweight. The steer axle just under 5,200 pounds. The drive axle 9,300 pounds. So yeah, my truck is heavy. The camper's heavy. I had taken my truck before through, I did a dump run in, and the dump run has a weigh scale. I figured with Cindy and myself, it was about 8,200 pounds. So that puts the camper at somewhere around 6,300 pounds. She's a big boy. Technically I'm overweight. However, I've got airbags on the back, and I also have torque lift bump stops on there. I can't remember the name of them right now. It rides fine. It's always nice to know where you really are, and $23 to find out I'm a little heavy. That's fine. At least I know and can pack accordingly. Friday night, worked all day, cleaned up the camper from all the dishes for breakfast and lunch, had a shower, and then I had a nap. I love napping here, especially with the fresh air. Some of the best naps ever. I'm just making dinner. It's about 20 after 8 in the evening, so I'm just making some dinner. Nothing particularly special, just a mushroom and cheese veggie burger and a really nice salad. I'm just going to chill tonight. I was going to have a fire, but we had a lot of gusts of wind earlier. The forecast said it was gusts of up to 65 kilometers an hour, and this area is just too beautiful to burn down. Hopefully tomorrow will be a much better day. I'm gonna go eat my dinner. I'm hungry. It's late. It's about 9:30 on Saturday morning. Rained overnight. Rain on the camper roof helps you sleep like you wouldn't believe. It's such amazing white noise. Stopped raining. The sun has just sort of come out. It's kind of peeking between the clouds, which is nice. Hopefully that means we're going to have a nice day. Still a little chilly. I woke up, it was about 10 degrees Celsius in the camper. It's about 14 now. My outside thermometer looks like it needs new batteries, so that's a little iffy, but it's not the warmest. but it's fine. I'm gonna have a walk later as long as the rain stays away. I just came out to get a little bit of fresh air. This is one of the other campsites. Not the most level, as you can see why I didn't park my camper here, but this one is right by the lake. There's a lake over there. This is just beautiful. Hopefully the rain keeps everybody else away. There is a road that I'm camped by, and yesterday while I was working, there were quite a few cars going back and forth. I did notice some cabins further down the lake, and there is another campsite at the far end, the north end. We're at the south end. This is 3 spots. The one at the north end has 9 spots. So I might take a walk up there later and see what's going on and see if that's a possibility for another day. Just loving this peace and quiet up here though. It's just gorgeous. Lunch is a very simple breakfast burrito and a can of sparkling water. I'm gonna go for a hike after lunch, so I want to keep it somewhat light but get a little bit of energy. Wish me luck. May not look like much, but tastes really good. I'm off to see where this trail goes. Been some traffic down here. A lot of trucks, some off-road utility vehicles coming down here. There are some cabins that I can see. Supposedly there's another campsite up there, so we'll go take a look. Looks pretty cool though. There's a pretty strong wind today, and it's cold. Had to put some gloves on. Ugh. This is supposedly June. Not sure if you can hear the wind. Just heard some pretty heavy cracking up there. The wind's coming sort of straight down this way. Lots of trees down. Not sure if you can see any of those through there, but there's some big ones through the back of the woods. Let's keep an eye on where we're walking. Make sure nothing comes down on top of us. Beautiful cabins down this way. Looks like they even have a dock down here. Okay, that's cute. It's quite the community of cottages up here. Some of them are really nice. Right on the water. Some of them a little bit bigger off the water. It's just really busy in the summer though. The one really good thing about this wind is keeping the mosquitoes at bay. I'm wondering if this is the north campground. There's a family with a couple of tents parked behind me. And I just noticed a fire ring right on the water here. We're getting to the north end of the lake, so I'll keep walking and see. Not particularly level, but perhaps doable. Definitely the other part of the campground. This is a big open field. I'm not going to go down there because I don't want to be that guy walking through the middle of camps. But there's a couple of picnic benches. Looks like some campfire rings. Not sure I want to park in a field though, so definitely not my kind of camping. There's a pit toilet and lots of open spaces here. This actually might have been better for my Starlink system. I kind of like where I am. It's a little quieter. I've reached the end of the lake here, as you can see, and this is a pasture. Not sure if you're able to see right in the middle there. It's either a rabbit or a marlin. Let's go closer and see if we can see him run. So I came down looking at the marmots and found this road. I'm not sure if this is the right one, but maybe we'll give it a try. What could go wrong walking alone in the wilderness? Is there no end to this uphill? I'm tired. I've been walking uphill for 40 odd minutes. No idea where I'm going. Hopefully I can get around back to the camper, but just because I don't want to walk all that way back. No end to it though. Still more uphill to go. Looks like this is an area that had some wildfires. A few years ago, 2021, this area had quite a lot of fire. I'm not sure if this is from that time or somewhere else, but it's weird. Starts here, changes there. I think if anybody ever wants to see the impact of wildfires, this view really shows it. You can see the shrubs growing back, but this ridge here, all the way up to the ridge behind, is just dead, charred trees. Pretty scary, really. After all that long up, I think I'm going downhill pretty quickly here. Oh, this is a sight for sore feet. Saturday night, still pretty early. It's only just after 9 o'clock. I'm pretty tired though. That hike took me 2.5 hours. Lots of hills in there. I enjoyed it though. It was nice. I came back and I had a nice hot shower, which really helped me clean up. I've had a really good day. I think I'll get a good night's sleep again. Haven't heard the frogs yet. I'm looking forward to the frog chorus. And I gotta say that with the wind today, kept the mosquitoes away from the fire. So it was a very enjoyable night. Anyway, I'll see you all in the morning. It's cold, wet, and raining. But I did wake up this morning to that lovely sound of rain on the camper roof.
This is getting fun. Icy sleet, maybe a little bit of snow coming into the mix, getting colder instead of warmer. Got about an 8-kilometer trek ahead of me. The roads are a little bit worse today because of puddles. Been raining for all of today and a little bit of yesterday. But that's it for this, unless there's anything interesting on the way out. I want to say thank you very much for watching. If you got to this point, please like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And more than anything, have a great week beyond your front door. We'll see you next time. Look at all of that fire damage. Oh man. Whew, that was scary. I slid down that one. I think we're just about done. Back to civilization.